fair. So, you know, with one student at your table asking questions, all the other students around them still get to hear and kind of understand what you're saying and hear the conversation. And that's kind of the idea between this. And of course, we do capture all of the data of the registrants and attendees, and we'll share that with you afterwards. So again, you know, it's audio, video. You have screen share as well. You're able to share either a presentation or a video or your website or whatever it is that you'd like to sort of walk students through. They're downloadable files, so you can send us whatever files you'd like to have, whether it's a brochure or your business card, or maybe a lookbook or something like that. And we have that right in your virtual room, so students can access those really easily and download the files. Invite them to chat. You also have an online institutional profile in one section of the platform. It's sort of about all the participating universities, and we'll make you a little profile, and it'll show, you know, who the speakers are. That's you. So students can also read more about you and have your contact information. And then also you can provide some tags to us. So maybe, you know, your most popular programs like are perhaps engineering or business or art and design or something, and you could just let us know what those most popular searchable tags you'd like to add are, so that when students are searching in the platform, oh, you know, I want to, you know, maybe pursue chemistry, then they can type in chemistry and you'll come up that way in the search. And so in the 3-hour event, it's scheduled kind of like this. There are going to be 2 workshops, and the whole 3-hour event, like I said, is dedicated or is fair interaction time. And then each university presents twice. And so we'll split you into different groups. So you'll see here that group 1, all the universities in group 1 will present, in this case, at 8:20 in the morning, and then again at 9:40. And it's just a quick 10-minute presentation, just your sort of intro. So students will be able to sort of narrow down, oh, you know, if I want to hear from 10 different institutions, I'll be able to do that and hear, you know, be able to attend 10 different presentations in a 3-hour event, and also have extra time for dedicated networking at the end. But again, you will have students coming in and out during the whole time, not just during your presentation times. And then during the optional workshops, there are no conflicting university presentations, so you'll see a lot of students during those times also. And then after the event, we will make a wrap-up report for you, which kind of has an event overview as well as some regional data and student mobility trends and useful things that are helpful. We share all the attendee data with you, including their contact information and everything they fill out on their registration form. And then analytics and reporting on your virtual room specifically. So that means every student who has come into your virtual room, that will show up on your individual report. You'll be able to see, oh, okay, this student came in, you know, at this time, and they spent 40 minutes with me, and then they left at this time. And then, so you'll be able to very quickly and easily have that access to all the students that you talk to directly during the event. And, you know, after each of the events that we've done, and Swaraj, I think, mentioned we've done 5 so far, we send a post-event survey to them, and these are some of the takeaways that we found from a lot of the students who have replied to that survey, in terms of the things they like about the WebiFair and the things that they really are not looking for in a virtual event. So, and this is kind of also has helped us to drive the WebiFair platform and make it better. They don't want to sit through presentations. They don't want to sign up for a whole bunch of webinars and have to manage a calendar of, oh, on this day I'm attending this, on this day I'm attending this. They don't want to get more emails. What they do want is to be able to have those direct one-on-one conversations with you. They want to be able to choose who they want to talk to and who they don't want to talk to. They don't want to have to sit through a presentation of 5 universities before they finally get to the one that they're interested in. They want to be able to make that choice. And they also want the convenience of being able to interact with many institutions at once. And they really sort of are asking you, you know, to communicate with them in the ways that are useful for them, not emails. Maybe they want to do social media or whatever else. So just pay attention to kind of the information that they do provide in their contact information on their registration forms. And that's a good tip for you to know kind of how to continue relating with them. And then I'm going to hand it over to Rohit to tell you a little bit about some of the types of students we've seen at our virtual events so far.
Thank you, Kate. Those are some really awesome tips. Hi, everyone. I'm going to quickly run through these slides. I know we want to get to the demo part of it. So these were some of the top countries of origin for students for the 5 of our events that we did across India, Latin America, and Southeast Asia. In total, we had over 7,500 registrants for this event.
Jerry, I think Brohit's frozen.
Why don't I continue with the slides, and hopefully we'll have Rohit back for the thing. He's in India, and with all the rains in Mumbai, they're facing some Wi-Fi challenges. So let me quickly run you through. So we had students from over 64 countries join us for these events. These are just some of the top countries that were relevant for those specific WebiFairs that were designed for the geographical regions. So, so as you can see that, yeah, Kate, if we can go to the next one. Of course, for who is trying to join, when we looked at how many of them had already taken some standardized tests or were looking to take standardized tests, over 70% of them had already, were planning or had taken standardized tests. So the kind of student that is coming on to the virtual events, we feel is a much better quality student who has higher level of interest. And that's the thing, when we used to go in for a physical event, the interest level for that student may not have been that high because, you were there and that's why they were coming. But out here, we are it's almost like a pre-qualification. They're only coming to the event if they are highly interested.
Great. And sorry guys, I had a network situation. I got dropped out, and I'm gonna actually keep my video turned off for the duration of the webinar, just to avoid any of these. So just I'm gonna continue with this. So Raj, thanks for So higher education destination choices, we are definitely seeing US to be the top destination of choice for all students. But we do see that other countries, which is Canada, UK, Australia, these are catching up. So we're seeing the gap between US and all the other countries, which was a lot in the past, diminishing slowly. But yeah, so that is also an indication that institutions, US institutions, do need to engage actively with these students across different regions. Kate, if you can move to the next slide. Okay, so that's pretty much like an overview of what are the kind of students that we're seeing at these events, and we've got students from across different regions. I'm gonna directly jump into the live demo part of it. Let me just quickly share my screen. Are you guys able to see my screen? Okay. So this is essentially what the platform looks like, where students have access to the universities who are attending the event, and so under the universities tab, they actually can see what are some of the popular programs. They can get into the details of this is the short profile that Kate talked about earlier for every institution. You can see who those speakers are in these universities, and get their information and their contact information. You have links to your files and brochures that students can access from here. They can ask questions ahead of the event, which you can answer by logging in prior to the event, and then they can also see all the chats that have happened between the university and the students who have attended your room. They can visit the virtual room directly from here, or they can just go to the virtual lobby where they can actually see all the university virtual rooms. And this is actually one of the events that is happening next week, which is our Latin America, and it's an undergraduate focused event. This is going to happen next week. So here's where they see the video where that's for students as to how to make the best out of the WebiFairs. Apologies for this error, and it's probably my internet. We do have the schedules put over here. these are essentially the university rooms that students can freely move around, choose from, and listen from universities. So everything is happening under one platform in one place. They don't have to log in separately. They don't have to go to different Zoom links or different webinar links. And I'm gonna quickly get into one of the rooms. Okay, so you do get this pop-up, which is essentially your device configuration for audio and video. I'm gonna keep it disabled for now. Okay, so once you're in the room, you can be on audio and video. Students will be able to see you, and as you speak with them. You've got functionalities like sharing your screen, where you can just share your screen with them. If you want to show them a video, you can show them a live video, and they'll be able to see that in the screen share functionality. You can also show them the audio, the presentation. Sorry. So you can also screen share your PowerPoint presentation and present to these students who are joining your room, as Kate mentioned, during those designated presentation times. Any student joining your room will be joining as a viewer by default. So you can see all of them under the visitor tab, where all the students will be visible here. They can ask you questions through chat, and you can answer either verbally or through video and audio, or you can answer those questions through the chat functionality. I'm gonna actually set myself as a viewer so that you get a sense of how to invite students. That is also, by the way, one of the functionalities where you can invite a student onto a video and audio chat, and this is exactly what they see, which they have to accept in order to come on audio and video with you. So just like a physical fair where you're speaking with one student and there are other students lobbing into that conversation, it would be a similar experience at the WebiFair, where you would be live on audio and video with a student, and all the other students will be privy to that conversation, so that some of the topics can be, for some of the questions for them can be answered while that conversation is happening. You do have the Brochures tab, where you can actually upload all your brochures, your files, your digital business card. So you can have all of those in this place where students can download and view it from. We do share statistics of the kind of downloads that have happened, or how many people have actually viewed that. So that is also available after the event. And then you have your logo, which redirects students when clicked to your university website. So this is pretty much in the virtual room. Very simple, very easy to navigate. Once students are there in a virtual university room, they can then select whichever room they want to go to from the sidebar, and just click on that, and voila, they'll be in the room. So yeah, we've consciously kept it pretty simple and easy to navigate, considering the fact that a lot of students are joining these events from their phones, from their tabs, from their computers, and some of them may have network connectivity, just like I am facing right now. But yeah, it's good to have something which consumes less bandwidth, so that they are able to get relevant information. And that's one of the reasons we don't have anything which is a 3D model or any of those things. The tab, which is the universities tab, does show them all of the universities, but in details. So this is where they are able to see the profiles for universities, take a virtual tour of the university, have their brochures, see who are the speakers and so on. They can also search for the program. So let's say I'm interested in engineering. So once I search for engineering, I'll be able to see which are the universities who have engineering as a popular program at their institutions. So that's about the platform. I'm gonna quickly show you what the landing page looks like, so that you know where students are actually coming to register themselves and get information prior to the event. So this is the landing page that is set up, where you have information about the WebiFair. You have all of those universities again listed over here, and students can get those details and virtual university tour from here as well. And then you've got a list of speakers who are representing these universities. And then they can click on register, fill out a form, and confirm their participation at the event. So that's pretty much in a nutshell of what the platform looks like and what are some of the key functionalities. We'll open it for questions if there are any.
And Rohit, do you want to stop sharing your screen so I can go back to the presentation also?
Sure.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so all right, hopefully you can see the PowerPoint again. We just wanted to mention briefly, because we know that some people also do undergrad recruitment. So we have a bunch of other WebiFairs coming up for undergrad recruitment, and those are the ones sort of on the blue background. Of course, the Grad India is the one specifically for graduate student recruitment in India on September 12th. And I also wanted to mention that that all the stuff that Rohit was sharing in terms of the landing page and the inside of the platform, that was all specifically for Latin America. So it's the same platform for the Grad India WebiFair, but I wanted to mention, because I don't know if anyone noticed, but they all said starting at 2:30 a.m. Don't worry, it's not at 2:30 a.m. That's only it shows in Rohit's time because he's in India, but it's 2:30 a.m. this time for Latin America. But the Grad India WebiFair is 8 to 11 in the morning Eastern time, US time. So it's not going to be 2:30 in the morning. And as Rohit mentioned, we are happy to answer any questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box. I see that someone has asked, how much does it cost to register? So registration for one WebiFair, Swaraj?
Yeah, because I think it said for a prospect to register. So if your question is for a student, there is no fee for students, counselors or colleges to participate, if that was your question. But I'm sure Kate is getting to the other side of the question.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yep. So it's totally free for students to participate, or we might see some placement officers that attend as well. And it's free for them, free for parents. But for universities to participate, it's $1,550 per event, and that gives you registrations for 2 university representatives. So you can both be on the platform, like Rohit was showing. You'll both have your profile in the institutional profile with your photo and your contact info, and you both have the capability of being on video, audio if you choose, and screen sharing and things like that. If you do multiple WebiFairs, however, so if your institution wanted to also do an undergrad, one of our undergrad events, then there is a multi-event discount, I would mention, for $100 off each one. So if, for example, you registered for 2, you get $200 off. So I wanted to point that out too. Any other questions? Great. Well, if you have any other questions, you can email us at the email address on the screen. And Swaraj, do you want to?
No, I was just saying that we had planned to keep this to 30 minutes, so we're doing great on time. Yeah. For once, we're doing great on time. And again, what we have tried to keep the platform to is make it really simple, very intuitive, because we do realize that students may be dialing in on all sorts of devices from all sorts of places, and we want to make it easy for them to dial in, as well as make sure they have enough bandwidth to be having, to be able to follow you and get all the information that you're trying to share. We've organized 5 WebiFairs, and we've got rave reviews from students, from universities, and from counselors / college people. So, that's what we can share. If there are any personal questions, any other questions specific to you that you want to ask, we'll be here. But thanks again for joining, and we wish you a great afternoon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.